Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Deckinaround Kickstarter Edition. Today, we're going to be taking a look at any decks that have funded in the past 7 days, any new decks to Kickstarter in the past 7 days, as well as any decks that will be ending their funding in the upcoming week. But before we jump into it, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
And
So,
ring the bell.
there you go, and ring the bell. So let's jump into Kickstarter this week, everybody. First up, congratulations to Vin Playing Cards, Prototype Playing Cards V2 for funding. Congratulations to Mermaids Hand Drawn Playing Cards for funding. Congratulations to Year of the Rabbit, Lunar and Zodiac Playing Cards. Congratulations to Plant the Tree Playing Cards for Reforestation. Congratulations to El Retro Playing Cards. Congratulations to Aquadeck the Invisible Playing Cards. And congratulations to Vengeance of Witches.
1,800 backers. Holy heck.
Yeah. And congratulations to Team Pinto, who will have funded by the time this airs. Let's get into the decks that are ending this week. So, ending this week, we have Fresh Cuts playing cards. We have the Sandwich Series playing cards by Jason Chang. We have Infinite Rule Luxury playing cards. The Luxury Sword T playing cards collector set. The 666 Emerald Hellfire and Purple Inferno playing cards.
Crushed it.
And the Black Platinum Lords Master Series playing cards. So, let's take a look at what is up on the list this week. So first up we have the Low Poly Sharks. So this deck's actually been in the work for a long time. I'm sure a lot of people remember the little bit of controversy that went on a couple weeks ago before launch with the soon-to-be-released Sharks deck by Riffle Shuffle. This deck actually was planning to launch, and there was a little bit of a concern that the decks would be very similar. Turns out they're very different decks, both similar names, but that's about it. So let's dive into what we got here. So they're doing 1,000 print run. So minimum you can do on that, which is cool. So no crushed or anything like that, but looks like they're hitting a relatively, I'd say what I would consider the higher end of the reasonable price point for this style deck, where it's, again, all custom art, but no foil or embossing, that $13 mark.
What's the shipping on it?
Shipping comes to $5. So you're looking at 18, but again, that $5 reasonable. I mean, it's what you'd expect.
Yeah.
And it looks like you get a little bit of a discount as you go up on the tiers, so that's good. The one thing that's a little surprising to me here is that an early bird for $3, like, you're not getting that much of a discount on it. So you're getting a $3 discount, so $1 per deck on your early birds. I know this is something we've said in the past, and I think a lot of times it's just tough to figure out the logistics of it sometimes. But $1 off on your early bird doesn't necessarily motivate people to get in on the early bird. You know, I think especially for a lot of people who may think about, let me see how it does and then pledge later, they're not worried about $1 extra. So what you end up doing is you end up backloading potential funding instead of getting it up front. And I think a lot of times, especially with first-time creators, getting as much funding in the first couple days is super important. So, with that being said, again, still reasonable price point. I like the colors on this deck. I think it's a unique kind of style that we don't always see. Again, it's somewhat in the same vein as some of the previous Riffle Shuffle decks that we've seen, or some of the geometric animals that we've seen. I think there's 1 or 2 of them out right now on Kickstarter as well. But the color on it's beautiful. It's not as blocky. Not a bad looking deck.
Cool fan.
Yeah.
I like the ace. It's a cool ace. Looks like a tank.
Yeah, no, I like that. I definitely dig the vibe of it. I like the color pattern.
It would have been cool. It would have been cool to see the shock really big, like in the ace, like a little closer.
Yeah, like if he was trying, almost like Jaws-esque, where he's like jumping out of the ace or something. That would have been really dope. But I think the design on it is really well done. The interesting thing about it is it looks like, and this may just be the picture, but it looks like the black of the spades for the ace is blue and black instead of like...
Yeah, if you go down, there's the colors.
Yeah, so it looks like it's a little bit different there, but again, it could just be the like a filter or the post editing on the photograph.
Yeah, or
So
lighting or whatever.
yeah,
I think I think I like seeing. I think it's cool that they're using two different colors for the for the different suits. The blue and the black. I I've come to really like the original colors,
yeah.
of the suits rather than the different colors. And I know it's obviously it goes with the theme and it looks good color wise. That's a cool. Is that a Joker or is that the back? No, that's a wait. Go down.
This is the gaff card.
Oh, that's cool. I dig it.
I honestly I like them both. I think they both are super
Yeah,
cool.
that's
Um,
cool.
I got some dope stickers to go along with it. I like the mermaid Joker. I like the fact that they kept the crown on the shark on the court cards as well for the sharks. And on top of that too, super reasonable price for an uncut sheet, $30. Like shipping plus the cost of the sheet, you're making a little bit on that without gouging people. Way to go.
Is that shipped?
Uh
I think that's just
yeah,
the sheet,
shipped.
bro.
No, $30
Oh, really?
shipped, 35 rest of the world. So
Oh, that's
that's
cool.
that's very fair. And also big
Yeah.
shout out to our boy Dom here for doing some card potions for this. So good on them for reaching out to
Is he
Dom.
doing the cod? Is he doing the cod potions?
Yeah.
Cool.
Crushed stock at 1300. So that's an interesting one. However, okay. So they're willing to do a larger run to get crushed stock.
You can't on USPCC anymore.
Well, no, that's what they're saying. They're saying at 1,000 decks they can't get crushed, but if they hit 13,000, they'll up the run from 1,000 to 2,500 to
Oh,
get crushed. So, and I think
yeah,
that makes sense because ultimately, based on the style of this deck, I'd say this is more of a cardistry deck than necessarily a collector's deck. So, a larger run doesn't diminish the value at all. So,
yeah.
that would be dope to see them hit it. We got some good shout outs here. The one thing I would like to see is fulfillment. Um, Even if you're self fulfilling, it's always a good idea to talk about it, just so that
Yeah.
people know that you have considered it. I mean, Steve and I have discussed this many a time on the show. Fulfilling a Kickstarter is not easy. If you aren't going to go with one of the established companies and you're going to do it yourself, make sure you definitely address it because you don't want to overlook it. And then it raises the question of, well, who is fulfilling? Are they self-fulfilling? And then
Yeah.
there's a little bit of a nervousness that can come from it. But otherwise, I think the guys did a great job on this campaign. It looks really interesting. I love these two gaff, like the art cards that they have here. I think they look awesome.
Yeah. Those are cool.
So cool. Nice job, guys. Good luck. Next up, which I'll touch on this real quick, the Victorian Pearl Edition here, we're not going to dive into. This is actually an extension of a previous campaign where they released a Pearl Edition towards the end, and the backers kind of complained that there wasn't enough time to get on the Pearl Edition, so the creator actually created, I think, a short 15-day Kickstarter of just that recolored edition to allow people to pick it up. So we're not going to dive into it because we've already kind of touched on the deck. So next up, we're going to take a look at the Eclipse Originals playing cards. Funded in 12 hours.
4,100.
So this deck was teased for a while. Definitely a cardistry oriented deck. It's interesting. I said this to Steve the other day when we saw it, and I think the one thing that stands out to me is it kind of looks like a black and white Pokeball there from Pokemon. So it's interesting, but I like kind of the speckled galaxy aspect of it within there. It kind of goes to the theme of an eclipse, like a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse. It's an
That interior kind of reminds me of like a. I mean, it's not, but like kind of like the New Mexican symbol.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely an interesting deck. It's relatively standard, I'd say, based on just the Ace of Spades there. I think that's one thing that I don't know how I feel about that. I almost feel like it's a little too plain for being like your branding. Like to
What's the
me,
what's the price point on it?
um, 15 plus shipping, $21 a deck.
And $21 a deck. Yeah,
Yeah, and that's shipped.
that's coming. Where's it being fulfilled by?
We have not gotten down there yet.
Yeah, they're a
Um,
little different face court cards, but
Fulfillment will be Gambler's Warehouse. So you're coming from the U.S.
so
on that one.
so how much are they asking for shipping? 10.
$6. So again, not terrible. That $15 price point though,
Yeah,
I just don't. I'm not. I don't know.
it's
Again,
it's a little too it's too much for this deck.
yeah,
This deck should be 12
13
bucks.
max. Yeah,
Yeah, 12 bucks shipped probably no more than
yeah,
17,
19,
18
20.
bucks.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
again, I think it falls into the same category as the low poly sharks of the fact that it's a custom deck, but it doesn't have any foil or embossing or metallic inks in it to really push it to that next price tier. Falling in line with the same with the low poly sharks, like it would have made sense to be a 13 plus $5 shipping deck.
Yeah, what's the quartz though? The quartz on this aren't even custom, I don't think.
So they're
They're
custom, but in the
custom-ish. Yeah.
I mean, taking a look at them, they're pretty much redrawn. I'd say completely. Just looking at like
Yeah.
the body style and the facial structure and everything. So I'd say more so they're custom with an inspiration of a standard court,
Yeah.
but they don't necessarily. I don't know. Like I don't see anything. I do see like some clouds in here and a sun. Um, the Joker's their symbol, cool. But like, yeah, to me, the Ace of Spades is your opportunity to like really show off who your brand is, and I'm not exactly sure. Maybe I'm missing the vibe behind it. Maybe it's like a normal Ace of Spades with like the whited out in front of it for the eclipse. Like I don't know. It's not bad, but it doesn't necessarily speak to me. I'm sure. Again, I think this deck probably fans phenomenally. I think it would look great as a fanning deck. I think it would look great as a cardistry deck. Definitely not up my alley, but that price point I think is just a smidge too high.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely too much.
They're going for okay, bicycle grade, USPCC. Yeah, that fan does look good with the circular elements. But yeah, again, also standard pips.
I mean those aren't standard pips.
But yeah, they're a little bit customized. But again, like standard style. Like you're not seeing
Yeah.
full custom, number cards.
Right.
Uh, it's not a bad deck. It's got potential, I think, for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. I think all the information is there. It's great. It has a lot of photos, which is great. I think it's great that they're putting it out there. I think the price point is definitely
Just yeah,
three, four,
and honestly,
three,
not
four
even
dollars too high.
yeah, like not even too much, just a little bit too high. Plus, also, well, and I'll say on this one though too, this is way too much for a brick. 157 for a brick of like relatively standard cards.
And that's 25% off retail.
Yeah, so
Hey, what?
what's it's
How much is it? 143.
143. Yeah. So
So that's $12 on a brick. That's how much it should be, not at 25% off. Like that's
yeah,
how
what
much the
is
brick should be is 140, 150.
yeah. So price point's a little high again though. Listen, you funded like nicely done.
Yeah.
I just think that price point's a little high, and you know what? With funding this early, awesome. Hopefully the momentum continues. Good luck on it. I like the deck from a relatively fan oriented point of view. It wouldn't be something as a collector I'd pick up, but like a fan and throw up on my page, like I think it would look cool. But yeah, that price point's a little too high for me.
Yeah.
All right. So I actually wanted to touch on this one because I think it's actually really interesting. It's not a traditional deck of cards, but it's done by a member of the cardistry community, and I know it's been in the work for 5 years, so I'm going to touch on this really quick.
What?
Yeah,
Who is it by?
Biz.
I don't know who that is.
He's a cardist, and so basically this is a interactive cardistry game where you draw cards to determine a sequence of moves you have to complete in order to advance to the next round, and you're competing against another person. And from what I understand, whoever runs out of cards first basically loses. He's been doing some lives on his Instagram with it. I know ECAT was on one a couple days ago. It seems like a really interesting game. And again, for something interactive, if you're trying to get into cardistry or, you host cardistry jams, it seems cool. Check it out.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, it's interesting. So,
Is there like something? Is there like a video showing it or anything?
um,
No.
Yes.
Oh, there is. Okay.
Hi guys,
Watch
my
that.
name is Biz, this is
don't watch
Herdiant,
the
and
whole
we are
thing,
the
it's 5
creators of the
minutes.
Cardistry game, a one-of-a-kind last man standing card game where players must perform cardistry in order to keep on playing. If you like what you're seeing, let's tell you a bit more about the game.
Dude, the animation's dope.
Yeah.
You begin your turn by drawing a
Alright, how to
card and
play.
Yeah. So.
performing a
Van-
flourish of that type. Your opponent then places another card down and performs one move for each card. After you have 3 packets, the following cards you draw you place on an already existing.
Yeah.
So
So.
it's like you have to do these things like you're playing with someone next to you.
Exactly. So you're playing against someone else. So I think it's a cool
Gotcha.
concept, especially if you're into cardistry. It's already done. I mean, listen, 149 backers in 3 days. It's almost fully funded. Like, that's an impressive amount of people interested in this. And like I said, I think this game has been in development in different phases for about 5 years now. So check it out if you're into cardistry. It looks really cool, and I think there's some real potential there to, have some fun with your friends on it.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah. And Biz is a cool dude, so it's worth checking out.
I mean,
Next-
his name's Biz. That's got to be a cool dude. You can't have a name like Biz and not be cool.
Exactly. So let's check out. Next, we have the 80-20 trappings playing cards. So Steve and
Let
I.
me say it, dude. Let me say it. Let
Go
me be
for
the bad guy. Listen, who's the creator of this deck?
The creator is
80-20 trappings. Okay,
Yeah.
Listen, guys. Let's go down. Go down. Go down. You have 2 pledges. You don't have a pledge for your damn deck. There's nothing else for us to say. We will say this. The campaign information looks pretty good. And the deck, we didn't dive too much into it just because there's no deck pledge, so there's no point even diving into it. But get your deck pledge in there, and good luck.
Yeah, you're trying to sell a deck of cards. You very well may have just had an oversight there, but you forgot to put up the deck. So, this is another one that I know we've seen an alternative in the series previously. This looks like the Kingdoms of Erden. I think they're just redoing this as a plastic run.
Wait, 28 created? Go into that.
Dude's done a lot of stuff. They're all themed around this same kind of
Dark
Kingdom of
Skies guy. I remember that deck.
Yeah, so we saw this one a couple weeks ago. These are the linen ones. Now he's doing
this is the plastic one.
Yeah, now they're the plastic ones. So we're not going to run too deep into this one either, but
yeah, how much is it? $5 for a linen deck.
$5 for a linen, $12 for
what's this aggressive linen? What does that even mean?
I don't know. I also think he forgot to change the tier names from his last one because it's a plastic deck and he's talking about the linen deck. So guys, make sure you double check your Kickstarter campaign. Yeah. I mean, listen, a plastic deck fully custom at $12, if that's what he's doing there, cool.
What's shipping? What's the shipping?
Oh, it's included. Free. Yeah.
Wow. What's the plastic up there? Go to the early bird. Sorry, the early bird.
The early bird was $5.
How much is shipping on that one?
Free in the US.
Bro, $5 for a plastic deck. There's still a couple in there.
Yeah, that's really not bad.
Everywhere?
No, it's $10.
Oh.
International, but dude, $15 for a custom plastic deck shipped to your door isn't bad either. I mean, listen, it's.
I mean, you got to be into that deck, that's for sure.
Yeah, and honestly, it's not bad. I think when I looked at this last time, you and I discussed it a little. Like the style is, I think, more up my alley than yours, but it still isn't as refined as I would like it.
What is that back though? Like, what is it?
It's a helmet from a piece of armor, a shield, and a whole bunch of crossed swords. Yeah. So it's very like medieval, which isn't bad. Yeah. Again,
definitely your style.
Yeah, and I think this guy's got a following behind him. It's not a bad deck. It's not my jam. So.
Not my jam. That price you can't beat though. $5. Yeah. What do you do?
So if anyone is looking for a good plastic deck, go jump on that thing for $5. Next up is the Luxury Sword T Playing Cards Collector Set.
All right, let's get into this one. So you and I have been joking. Let's scroll up. Here's the funny thing about TCC. I dig some of your decks. Dope. this deck, they're pretty. They're very cool. I love the tuck boxes. The tuck box is out of control, and I like how you created the tuck boxes. I mean, I know you have them for sale outside. Maybe not the exact ones, but you have these nice tuck boxes for sale outside of this campaign. But this first paragraph right here, it says, since its release in 2016, Sword Tea playing cards has been welcomed by magicians and Cardus. More than 100,000 decks have been sold. That's crazy. Like, I have never seen this deck before. Have you?
No, I've seen. Well, so I saw one previously, but like
The
again,
white one. It was a white and black, I think, like a plain white and black. Like,
yeah,
there's a red and black one.
and I don't think it was a huge run. Like I don't think they were printing 50,000 of them. So
I don't know if that's true or if that's just meant to be 10,000.
yeah. So I'm curious. Actually, feel free to comment below if you see this guys at TCC and let us know if it actually is 100,000 decks. Because if that's the case, wow.
Yeah, especially since I don't think they were available for retailers, were they?
I haven't seen them at any like Murphy's retailer now.
Yeah, me neither. So that'd be interesting to see if that's actually 100,000 or 10,000. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think these tuck boxes are beautiful. I think they're dope. I think the back design is very elegant and clean. The fact that it's just a T but represents the handle of a sword is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think the cool thing about it, I like the Ace of Spades is really nice.
I like this blue back design.
Oh, dude, it's so nice. That silver is really nice too, and those the bigger court cards are nice.
Yeah.
Here's where their prices are a little wonky to me, but I think they tend to price high anyway. TCC. Yeah. But if you go down, the cool thing about it is, how they have these collector's box, and that's where people really dig it and kind of get excited. It's like, they're all numbered. They all have these collector's box, and you can only get these decks within this package. You know what I mean? And I think that's the way to do a successful campaign. Is creating these tiers that offer like really special decks in them. Yeah,
and they're not bad looking. I mean, I love some of these like special edition colors. I think the decks in general definitely look good. And if you like the red or the blue, $15, $20 shipped for something that's embossed and foiled, like that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, and I think are they? I want to say they're not. I mean, that rose gold is nice. That silver is beautiful.
Yeah, the silver is nice.
Go down. I think the fulfillment is it. Are they printing legends? I think they're printed with legends. I mean, even that green and teal, super nice. So
hold on. I do not see printed. No, printed by MPC. Yeah, so I mean, it's getting printed in China. Who knows if it's getting shipped from there? Shipping was pretty pricey, I think. $5. No, it's $5 a deck. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, but go to the brick. How much is a brick?
The
standard right there. No, you're just there.
That's just 2 decks.
Go down.
That is
down. Oh, they're all sold out. That's why.
Yeah, hold on. Let's see.
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's a lot of tiers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even on the what is this? 2, 1, 2, or 3?
That's a 6.
6 decks.
How much
6
is
decks.
that?
Shipping is $15.
So that's kind of expensive. So I'm thinking it's coming from.
Yeah, probably out of the U.S.
Yeah.
But then if you get this 6T, see, that's weird too, though. If you get
that's
this,
more expensive.
No, it's less expensive for shipping now.
No, it isn't, is it? Wait,
yeah, it's $13 for shipping,
13.
And this is $15.
Yeah, that's weird.
That is weird. But either way, I mean, they're nicely done decks, but yeah, their price points are a little interesting being NPC. I think one of the things to discuss there, too, is the fact that NPC really hasn't made a name for themselves in the foiled and embossing kind of realm yet. I know we're seeing a lot more of them this year. We're even seeing some NPC gilded decks. I'm hoping that the quality comes out well, because that would be awesome to see another contender in it that people are familiar with, especially because they're a go-to for prototypes. Imagine being able to do the same thing you do with Cardamundi and get your prototypes from NPC and then actually print nicely done decks from them. It would be cool to see. So
Yeah.
for anyone who gets these, we'd love to hear how you like the quality, or even in general how you like the original quality if they were also printed by MPC. So feel free to leave a comment down below. And let's,
Actually, go up first, real quick. Go up.
Yeah.
All the way to the top, like to the backed. I mean the created. Yeah.
They've created 6.
Click on that. See if the T sword's in there. The original.
I
Oh,
do
it's
not
not.
see it. So they've done a couple other decks, but like, I don't know where that 100,000 decks has come from.
Yeah, it must be under a different thing.
Especially
Because they just did that. They just did that other deck too. The whatchamacallit?
Miss Cindy.
What? No, why can't I think of it? The damn it, that collector's deck.
I'm not
Super
sure.
expensive collector's deck, the red and black one.
Wolfram?
Yeah, that one.
That's them?
That's TCC, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. All right, what do we got?
Next up, we have Vietnamese playing cards.
Van-Xuan?
I can't pronounce that. I'm not going to try. Land of Eternal Spring.
Van-Xuan, I think. I don't know if that's Schwan or...
Land of Eternal Spring.
Let's see it.
VanXuan. VanXuan. There we go. See? Smart. Smart off the bat. You knew what people were going to be confused about, and you addressed it in your first sentence. Awesome job.
Good job.
I like the style of this deck.
Nice.
I like the style of this deck. Obviously...
Wait, Last Queen Hearts 2018, right? Wait, is it rounded like that?
That would be dope.
No, I don't want to round it. Okay,
it doesn't look like it. Oh, wait, no. Oh, so there's multiple series in this, too.
The Warrior series?
Oh, no, I think they're calling the courts the series, yeah.
Suits. Yeah, the suits. Those are cool.
Those are amazing aces.
Look at the aces. Those are cool. Oh, the jokers.
I like the back design, too. It's very kind of tally-ho-esque.
Yeah, that's cool. I dig it. I wish it was blue, though.
Maybe that's a stretch goal.
Nice.
This is
hardcover book, eh?
printed by USPCC.
22 inch wide by 26. Oh, that's the uncut sheet.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, how much is it? Let's see what this bad boy goes for.
$15 a deck, 20 shipped.
20 shipped.
I
can handle that. I mean, it's
35 shipped if you go for 2, so it brings your price point down a little bit.
Yeah. Save 2%.
I mean, listen, it's kind of a dope deck. Like, if you like this style, this is definitely a cool deck. I like the fact that, fulfilled by gamblers, printed by USPCC, there's a significant... Like, they put a significant amount of effort into building out this campaign and making it as informational as possible. I think that's amazing.
Look at that. They have all that information up there about, like...
timelines and everything. Long-lasting design, sustainable... Yeah, they touched on everything you really need to do. This is a very well-designed campaign.
What's their goal? Look at.
Let's go see. The goal is 9,000, and they already funded.
I mean, they already crushed it.
Yeah. The one interesting thing is they do discuss, at least for the uncut sheet, reprints through NPC. But again, that may just be the uncuts. If after the campaign they ended up printing these again, but through NPC, that might cause quality concerns.
Go down.
Right there. Yeah, it talks about the prototype.
Talk box, prototype shown as NPC. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's one thing that I'm not sure if this will be a limited run and they'll stick to only USPCC or what. But that being said, this is still a cool deck. So
yeah, I dig it.
Nice. So hey, congrats on funding already, and good luck with the momentum on it.
Cool deck.
And next up, we have the Black Platinum Lords Master Series playing cards by Handlords LLC. Devo knows what he's doing with his decks here. I wouldn't back this one. I've backed other of his campaigns in the past. The cards are nice, but they chip quick just because they're borderless and black. That being said, his price point is not bad. $13, $18 shipped for something that's gonna have a fully custom design and an embossed tuck. It looks like. Not one of my favorite designs of his though.
I'd really like to see him switch things up a little bit. They're just.
Yeah, like this is the same design he uses on the like his throwers.
Yeah, I would just like to see like a white deck in there, something that and obviously he's appealing to his fans and what they like. Obviously my style is a little different, but I think his tuck boxes are really nice. Yeah, I think he does a good job on the tuck boxes and. Yeah, and I think, obviously his goal is only $1,000. I think he just puts that there, so he smashes it, and it looks really good to say 1,300% funded.
Which again, though, like it's really not a. I don't know. Out of all his decks, there's ones I've liked better. But again, if this is your style, it's not bad. And his price point again is always just good. He is very well versed in how to build a Kickstarter campaign. Yeah. He has the template down. Like, there's no doubt this is going to fund. That's also why he could put 1,000 goal, because he knows it's going to fund so much over that goal that he doesn't have to worry about it.
Right.
Yeah, 14 days in a week, he's raised $26,000. So, congrats to him on that one. Good luck with the momentum on it. Not my style on this one, but I backed him for a couple like the Grandmasters just because I liked the white tuck a little bit better. So, cool.
A bold new...
And we do have one which snuck by us last week, which we'll touch on now, which is the Formation Cardistry playing cards. And I have to say, this is an interesting concept that we've seen before with Touch Cardistry, where they're not playing cards in the traditional sense. They're really designed for cardistry, so you actually have two different back designs on the deck. I think from a price point, they're not bad.
Bucks for a deck.
Yeah, 17 shipped. Shipping's a lot, but I guess it's coming out of the UK, so we'd have to see where they're who's fulfilling. Does that stand out? Orders on a cardistry deck. It's touching on interesting points that I think from a cardistry point of view.
Isn't there another deck that has that same exact design, but black?
Was it them possibly? No, first created. I don't know.
No. Hey guys, if you know which deck, this actually looks like another deck that I've seen. Literally the same design on black, and it's black and white. Hit us up in the description below to let us know.
Yeah, in the comments. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, curious.
Yeah, price point's good. Where's it being printed? US. Doesn't say. If 10K is reached,
they'll do a purple and
special edition. Green.
Yeah, that is the one thing I don't see is.
Doesn't say
who printed it.
As we draw closer to things back home to normal, not entirely, we hope. Black Lives Matter. We are certain we can deliver our cows on time. The design in the state that is ready to be sent to print. We are very.
So print and fulfillment are the two things that are really lacking on this, I'd say. Then also from the, so your early bird is 10. Your $20 shipped. Again, like you're hitting that price point, that's fine. Like it's not bad. It's not ideal. But again, knowing who prints this is super important. So if this is, especially I think from a cardistry point of view, even more so. Like if this is USPCC versus Cardamundi, like I feel like cardistry, which is so much more tactile, probably enjoys a specific printer one versus the other, you know? So being able to say who your printer is going to be is crucial on this one. Let us know if you're fulfilling yourself or someone else is fulfilling. And like Steve mentioned, if anyone knows the design he's thinking of that's similar to this, drop it in the comments. I
can't remember.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything like it, so I don't know. To me, it just looks like an MC Escher painting. So, But listen, from a cardistry point of view, though, I think it probably creates awesome fans. I like the faces. The one thing I do have to say too is, for being, for lack of a better term, a double-backed card, you don't show a real clean shot of the face like you do the back. And to me, that might be something you want to consider, is showing fully what the front of it looks like other than like in motion. Like doing a side-by-side here would have been cool because you would have been able to say, here's the two designs you can fan and you know, go through when you're doing your cuts and everything. But otherwise, I think it's an interesting idea. I also think this is an idea that's going to come about more often in the future. Cardistry specific decks, we've seen it with Touch. They've been successful. So why wouldn't other creators go that same route? So
yeah, there's a ton of designers out there that have done it. Jasper's done a few of them.
Yeah, I'm excited to see.
School of Cardistry decks are all just Cardistry like this.
Yeah, which I think that's cool, and I hope to see more of those on Kickstarter because I think it's a whole new avenue that we can see in the realm of playing cards. So, nice. All right, so that was I'd say that was a pretty interesting week. Steve, which
that one go up?
These are all card games.
Yeah.
Which ones would you back, Steve?
You go first. See if I can be persuaded by your.
So I dig low poly sharks. I think the art's kind of an interesting medium between being those geometric shapes and something a little bit more finished. I think it's like a cute deck. I'd say I'd probably back that. Eclipse again. I just see Pokeball with it, and I just don't. Nothing like stands out to me to that as like, wow, that's really cool. Like it's got a lot of potential. I like the way they're going, but it just falls a little short for me. And the price point's just like we discussed, a couple dollars too much there. Otherwise,
I think the only deck I'd back is the Luxury Sword T.
Yeah, I like the idea of them, but I'm very still leery on NPC for production purposes on a deck. This may be the deck that changes my mind. I don't know. We'll find out. But that being said, and you know what? Honestly, these Van-Xuan decks, VanXuan. I thought they were cool. I thought they were really cool looking.
I'd rock the Swans. Those are cool.
I think they have a kind of
Van-Xuan and the TCC are the ones that I would back for sure.
Yeah, they kind of, to me, remind me a little bit, like I'm getting a vibe off of them from, like, same as, like, the Phoenix deck, you know? And maybe it's the font or something in the color, but I like the, like, and that's just the tuck, but I like the style of the deck, so I'd probably back that. The Luxury T, like I said, I'm hesitant on just because it's NPC, but that could be a game changer for NPC going forward, so we'll find out.
Yeah.
All right. All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. So before we finish up today, we want to announce the winner of our Paisley Magical Decks giveaway, sponsored by Paisley Playing Cards. So we are going to check out the wheel right now. Let's take a look. Good, so thanks everyone who joined the contest, and good luck. Let's check out who our winner is.
Boop-a-doo, 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 boop-a-doo. Deck me in the face. Oh.
Nice, congratulations, Deck Me in the Face. Reach out to us on Instagram and we will get you all squared away. So congratulations, and again, thank you everyone who participated.
That's funny because that name is kind of like the name, pretty close to the name we were going to name originally, Deckinaround.
Yeah, which was Deck to the Face. So
yes,
nice synergy there. But thank you again so much, everyone who tuned in this week. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to check in next week when we drop another Kickstarter edition.